I'll be reviewing kajewelry.com. My name is Alex Harris and my website is alexdesigns.com. This is just a brief review giving you test ideas of exactly how to optimize your site. But I can set it all up for you. All you have to do is visit alexdesigns.com and I'll set up your website for you. Here's a couple testimonials. This Shopify site said I increased her conversion by 5 times. I've created thousands of landing pages and hundreds of e-commerce sites on almost every single different kind of platform. I've actually ran over 5,000 different A/B tests, and I'm going to give you some quick wins of how you can improve kajewelry.com. I'm going to go through the 80-20. I'm going to tell you exactly how to find the quick wins, your most traffic sites, your most revenue pages, your highest bounce rate pages, your AdWords that will help you, and how to figure out how to test before you actually do a redesign, because your website probably doesn't need to be redesigned, but the opportunity lies in finding where the quick wins are, reviewing exactly your top traffic landing pages and trying to understand what are the other pages aside from the home page that are receiving the most traffic, the highest bounce rates, and the most revenue. I also recommend that you use usertesting.com to go through your top search queries in Google and have people give you feedback on those experiences of going through Google search, also going through all of your competitor sites and going through your whole entire site as well. Strongly recommend. You'll find your most wins by doing that and also using surveymonkey.com. Survey as many people as possible through your newsletter or after your thank you page. That way you'll be able to get qualitative data. We'll also talk about Visual Website Optimizer, how you can use these heat maps to really figure out where to test. That's the key to conversion, not to change your whole site, but figure out where to test and improve your conversion in the areas where people are actually clicking on. So after we review the top landing pages, we'll be able to figure out where to test, how to test, and what buttons to test. Also giving you ideas about headlines as well. On average, our tests improve revenue, percentage, total conversion, and revenue by visitor. So let's get started with reviewing kajewelry.com. As soon as I arrive here, obviously it's a jewelry site. Within just a few seconds, experienced internet user, I see it as an old site, maybe a Yahoo store or older e-commerce site, but that's not bad. It's just a little bit hard to read. At my big screen, these are actually pretty hard to read. So I imagine you have a little bit of an older demographic buying your jewelry because it seems like older type of jewelry, even though it is nicely fashionable. So I read headline, David Weitzman, August 18th, looks like you're having a sale. Right here, you immediately want to tell people what your best sellers are. Also, you want to tell, nothing really stands out as the major keywords. By using usertesting.com, they'll tell you what are the most important keywords that people are speaking in your language. You want to gather all that research and then use that language in your own marketing to tell them back to this. Because right now, this is kind of hard to read. I would make this smaller, less text and bigger font, and then make it look more like a quote saying exactly who he is, and then give people a guarantee right here. What's your no hassle return policy? How long have you been in business? What's the support to my claims? There's so much that you can do right here alone on your homepage. So let's tell you what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be going through your quick wins. So initially, you want to find your top traffic pages. So aside from your homepage, what other are your 6 or 7 different pages that are receiving the most traffic? That's where you figure out exactly where to test. You may not want to test on the homepage. You may want to test on certain landing pages and try everything there. And then once you have a win, then you can apply that to all of your other templates across the site. The trick to conversion is not to blindly redesign anything or blindly make changes. You want to use data to make educated experiments and changes. Looks like you already have Visual Website Optimizer set up. So the next step would be to get your top traffic pages by revenue. You can use Visual Website Optimizer to track revenue by page. That will also allow you to add heat maps to those, and you'll be able to track clicks. Now, let's say that your ring rings page is a top traffic page. We can then use Visual Website Optimizer to track the absolute amount of revenue to that page and also where people are clicking. Maybe people are clicking on this one right here, so you want to actually move this one to the top. You want to give people exactly what they want and give them more of that. If this one is the most popular one, move that one to the top, and then tell people that it's actually a bestseller. You can also use heat maps to tell you exactly where people are clicking on the left side or the top navigation. This certainly needs to be a button. This is actually your most important link on the whole page, so this needs to actually be a button. So we also use heat maps to see how far people are scrolling down the page. If people are using this pagination, maybe you want to put the pagination a little bit bigger. But if it's down here and people are clicking on this, you want to know which one they're actually clicking on. Also, you can test to see how many people are signing up for your newsletter. You can test a different button here. It certainly should be a different color. It should say free sign up or join free, and then join David's Customers Club. No one knows who David is here. Either put a picture of him and then give people something in return. The top 10 tips to buy jewelry online, then give them an ebook. Test that. Also, your footer needs a lot of work. It's totally unorganized and it looks like an old school spam site. You need to make these into columns and have a clear customer area, about us area, and links to your main top categories and your main top products. You want to give people what they want in a simple way so they understand exactly what to do. We'll look at some examples specifically about this, but right now I have no idea how to find out more about you. How can I click on About Us or whatever? Right now you're only offering partner program. If this is an affiliate program, say affiliate program. Wholesale, link to us. This is totally needs a lot of work. Also, once you figure out the top traffic pages that are generating the most traffic and the most revenue, you want to figure out the bounce rate. Let's say that the rings page has a 50% bounce rate and the eco jewelry page has an 80% bounce rate, but about the same amount of traffic. You actually want to spend more time on the eco page. That way you can generate more quicker wins. Also, you want to look at your AdWords campaigns. Do a segment of keyword by search terms match type, and then you can find the conversion and revenue by keyword. This is a great way to know what keyword terms that people are searching for before they arrive at your site. You do not want to make assumptions that you know all the keywords that people are searching for. You want to build a persona, and we're going to look at some examples of that. So let's jump into other areas of the site. Starting back at your home page, let's go back here. So I put in one of your top keywords, and I arrived, and I saw. Oh, excuse me. Yes, this is the page I arrive on. So I assume that astrology jewelry is one of your top pages. Let me just make that. So I would use Visual Website Optimizer to see what people are clicking on this page. Your whole left navigation, I believe, needs to either be larger font or stand out a lot more, because it can be very hard to read. Right now, I'm unsure of what category I'm on. So astrology jewelry, maybe it's highlighted on the left? But I think this needs to be better organized, because you can have list of links. Let me show you an example of a site that we worked on, and they have a list of links on the left, but we redesigned it based on more clear items. We redid this whole navigation and increased our clicks by 25%. We organized it by a specific different area. But also, you can see these list of links. As soon as you go to this particular section, it highlights, and you be able to. These are just links. All we're doing is tell people how it is actually filtered. So maybe this is astrology jewelry, and then people can filter down even further. But I certainly think you also need to test this main top area. As far as 15%, there's a lack of call to action. How do I actually get a coupon? As soon as I arrive here from pay-per-click, you should actually have people signing up for your email list. especially people coming off of pay-per-click, they don't have they have a very short attention span. So you want to get them to actually sign up for something before they leave. What if they're not interested in these? And I actually searched for talismans, and I arrived at astrology jewelry. So this should say best-selling talismans. I also found a couple other sites. Look, as I arrived at this site, it said, it gives me this email overlay, and then it shows me this particular item. They show the reviews. They certainly show star reviews underneath each item. And also your prices are very hard to read. The prices should be bigger and organized into best sellers and then least expensive. Majority of people are not going to come here off a pay-per-click and spend $1,000 on a piece of jewelry. You want to have maybe this pricey one over on the right, and then get one that's a lot lower, like $99, and put it right here. Getting people to buy in a shorter amount of time. That's really what your goal is. Let's take a look at more examples. As soon as I arrive here, oh, look, the magical cat. Top sellers in this department. They should put a clear category up there. They should put a clear category name up here. It should say a lot bigger, like yours is rings here, but you're doing a better job. But they're organizing their top sellers. I would certainly try this. And look, $6.95. Oh, look, I'm interested in that. This site, as soon as I arrive here, join our mailing list, 10% off for your next order. There you go. You don't actually have to add the form. Maybe just add a link. It opens up pop-up for them. But look, they're organizing their segments by what they want them to. I don't know if there's love, family. Oh, that's cute. So they can actually jump right to items. That's a great way to do it, of reorganizing your people. That will certainly increase your clicks. Another site, as soon as I arrive here, art beads. They give you the overlay. Certainly recommend you doing this. And then doing some contrary type of buttons. No, I don't like sales. Submit. Great job. They're doing a great job here. Look, as soon as you arrive here, you know exactly what section you're on. This is nicely organized. It's easier to read. You know, this is here, but people are visual through e-commerce. Breaking out different items. You may also use recommending certain items. They're doing a good job. Compare. Oh, look, this is a nice faceted search on the left-hand side, organizing it by price, category, stone shape. So having that filtering is certainly key. Another example, people like to work with people that they like, and they identify with people wearing your jewelry. So I certainly would recommend either testimonials but this is a great way of doing it right here, and then offering a particular coupon with a clear call to action. $25. I'm more likely to spend $25 with them than $392 as soon as I arrive at this one. So going back to your site, overall, on your homepage, I would certainly test the main headline. Right now it's hard to read. I would try removing this background and making this whole area just clear with some clear bullets. People want to know the claims that you're offering. Make sure that you tell them, make everything self-explanatory. 24 karat gold, diamonds, whatever it's included. You really want to show off the value, not the features. Tell people that it's best sellers. I like the personalization to it, but I would put like David's seal of approval or something. It needs more credibility. I know you have this security seal here, but also you need to, as people go through, let's buy something. As I arrive here, this brown cart, that's not appealing at all. It certainly should be a contrary color and bright, but let's see. Let's go back to this magic one. Contrary color, make it clean and easy to read. This brown on gray is just really hard to read, and it's not super appealing. I would recommend making this whole thing white and then making the left nav a certain color so it really pops and it's easier to read. I would certainly test that. I like the tabs. Product images, related testimonials. All right, let's go ahead and add it to the cart. You want to ensure that you have some clear security symbols and a shop with confidence box. These are some examples over here. I know they have the security symbol, but it should be clearer and maybe even above the fold. You want to add credibility to your site. Right now, it's really hard to see your buttons. Checkout now is actually one of your most important buttons, and it's really hard to see. I would take this money back guarantee and the credit cards and put them into more like a shop with confidence box down below. But the button is really hard to see. Also, I would say secure shopping cart and put the little symbol of a security lock right next to it. Go ahead and check out now. Again, security symbol, lock, put it right next to it. This should all be easier to read. White background. Tell people, give people a headline here. Tell people exactly what to do. Fill out form to complete checkout. Then this should say continue checkout. That certainly would help. Also, let's take a look at the footer real quick. Let's take a look at one of the most popular sites that does a lot of testing. Target.com. They organize their categories at the very top, so people know exactly what section is. Maybe it's gold, silver at the very, very top, but you need to give people quick links to your site. But let's take a look at their footer compared to yours. Maybe putting a featured item, but then organizing their links in a nice, easy to understand way. Help, ways to save, contact. You certainly want to do that in your footer as well. Ready to increase your revenue and generate more leads? Visit alexdesigns.com for your custom conversion rate optimization plan.